Hello, there we go. Some new records, some weird stuff, some good stuff, and yeah, it's been a few days, like a week, 10 days, something like that, since I last did a video or streamed. Haven't got that many new records, but still, quite a few good ones, and it's not like I need new records, but all right. So, first one I wanted to play is a compilation. I hate compilations, but yeah, well, compilation of country music that I got for one track. I didn't even check the rest of the compilation, so it might be good. Small Town Country Volume 1, Unknown Private Press 45s. So I'm gonna first play the track that made me buy this, because it seems like an impossible quest to try getting the original 45 of this. I still hope, and cheers to Annie for making me discover this. Alright, Donald Atkins. Yeah. This is from, there's no date, but I think this is from early 60s.
I watch the sun come up every morning through my bedroom window pane. I lie awake at nights and thinking, if the sunshine in my life will turn to rain. For breakfast, I only have a beer to drink. The lingering memories haunt me faster than I can think. You left me standing there with a beer in my hand. Oh, darling, if you don't come back, then I'll understand. I walk down the lonely sidewalks in this lonely.
What I love about this track is how
I walk the lonely sidewalks.
not in rhythm the singing is, but it actually is, just not in the usual way. It creates such a weird
They could tell me things of us that were used to be. The lonely sidewalks hold all of our secrets, and they can't even talk. Now I'm left alone to wander down the lonely, lonely sidewalk.
Pretty boring package, but
I'm left to wander the lonely sidewalks.
So yeah, that's a very short track, but I'm completely in love with it. It's so eerie. The theme is pretty good as well. GBL.
Darling, what are you gonna do? Do you mean to make me sad?
That was Donald Atkins from this compilation, Small Town Country, Volume 1.
Darling, what are you gonna do?
Which I got for the track I was playing, and I'm discovering the rest now. I haven't checked it yet, I just got it.
I'm mixed up, confused as I can be. Do you care as you did in days gone by? Will you go and leave me here to cry?
This is more normal, but it's still pretty good. The thing that I really liked about the previous track is, I know it's a word that is being thrown around with music all the time, primitive. Like modern primitives or whatever. But maybe it kind of fits the bill.
Baby, where's the love that we once shared? When you know, dear, that you really care. Tell me, dear, have you found somebody new?
The pipe seeker is quoting someone from other music. Small Town Country is an absurdly deep collection of 14 practically non-existent still now privately pressed country 45s emanating from some mysterious marginal mythic corner of America. Dreams and desires collide with modern reality in these hard-scrabble, lo-fi gems, origin issued in the 60s and 70s. Michael Klausman, other music.
In no words, I'm lost, a smiling face. Said, Daddy, I was an angel in heaven. I'm as happy as the day we want you. I know how it did hurt when we parted. But Daddy, please weep not for me. I'll take care of Mama and Daddy till we meet when the thrill not close. Oh God, please help me understand. Help me be a member in that holy land where we can join an angel band and forever the thrill of your life will shine.
The next record is a one-sided 12-inch with a holographic stamp on it. I haven't listened to it yet. It's the first record of a guy who released an album almost 2 years ago that I loved. Was it 1 year ago? Yeah, 1 year ago, I think. Maybe 2, I'm not sure. Japanese musician, producer, artist called Nozomu Matsumoto. And this is his first record, a 12-inch that came out, I believe, in 2017.
The Lord takes the flowers that are chosen, but through the years, those memories
So
will hurt.
the album he released like a year or two ago was an installation for some fashion luxury brand foundation, where he used the lyrics of punk bands, and recontextualized these in a completely different setting, which was quite successful and quite harrowing. So let's see about this one. So here is the cover. It's like this kind of see-through paper. I don't know the word in English. It's papier calque in French. With a whole bunch of not even information, just kind of abstract sociological scientific text. En Oshmachten.
14 of 5, execution. Special treatment 14 of 13, the euthanasia of
I must say this is quite similar to the album I got from him, which makes me very happy.
T4 send medical personnel to the camps and select the list residents for application. T4 action. Dysgenics. The study of racial degeneration. Thrematology. Devolution. Degeneration theory. Germplasm conservation. Nanocellulose. Multitopia.
I must say, I'm a sucker for vocal synthesis music.
Mono. Today's reality is the science fiction of the past. There is no future in front of you. Embrace your social capital.
Really nice.
Whereby exposure to one stimulus influences a response to a subsequent stimulus without conscious guidance or intention. The future racial qualities. Priming. The fecundity, merit, fertility, and faith, worthy types, eugenic thought, the dysgenic effect of war and the breed. Future solvers.
This is good.
Maize in ancient Mexico. Rice in ancient China. And wheat and barley in the ancient Near East. Fit for holding grain and thought.
this guy.
Solo mentality.
This is released on Death of Rave, which is, in my opinion, the most relevant label of new music from the past 10 to 15 years. And
Ecotypes and cultivars.
I don't know where he's coming from, or I know he's from Japan, but how he came into the scene, to the attention of the label. Because he only has 2 records, both on Death of Rave.
The violence of the Great Revolution. Changes in the right direction.
He's apparently connected since he's getting this
It has not transformed the world.
high-profile gigs. Bonjour, Jeffrey.
New plantation.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see where this guy is going, if he's even trying to have a musical career. He's got 2 records now. He's on some people's radar, mine.
Generic baby. Dominant, recessive.
It's funny, this
Mental
record,
retardation was once treated as an inconvenient truth.
very similar to the album that came out a couple of years later, 2 or 3 years later. But I must say,
Initialized individual.
as both would be of the like avant-garde experimental ambient
While
nature.
there are some functional similarities between sexual ornaments and moral virtues,
I find this one almost hectic. The
the
way
most romantically attractive mental traits often have a moral dimension.
that's a good line. Well,
Moral gradation. The wave of moral panic swept.
I don't find this relaxing at all, which I don't seek music to be so. But I find it very nervous in a way.
Self-harm.
However, few sound elements occur.
It's also known as Blue Whale Challenge. Is a 21st century social network phenomenon. Beginning in 2016.
Funnily enough, this is kind of
Linked many unrelated child suicides to membership of groups.
connected to the next record. That purple one I just put on the other turntable.
On the Russian-based V-Contact social network. People join narratives to explain their experiences.
So the next record is a Celine Dion record, as you can see. Well, not really. This is a Celine Dion album cover. But this is
why some children
an album
have
by...
said they participated in the rumor challenge despite there being no proof of its existence.
Romance. Once Upon a Time. Romance is an enigma. In the past 2 years, barely 2 years, barely a year, he's had 3-4 albums out, all on cassette. And this is the first one of these cassettes get a vinyl treatment. I love the two first albums, so much so that I almost bought cassettes again, which I don't really do.
1. Neurotic. Nail biters, pickers, extreme hair removal and unnecessary cosmetic surgery.
So while the two first albums are
2.
quite similar to what I heard on this, they were less monothematic. This record uses Celine Dion tracks as its sole source of sound.
4. Psychotic. Eye, woman, general self-mutilation and extreme amputation.
It's like an hypnagogic take on Celine Dion, which is perfectly
5.
appropriate in my opinion. Since Celine Dion is kind of such a weird figure. She was imposed on us French people way more so than anyone else, I guess. Since she had like a parallel French career with French language albums to her international career. So she was a plague. But, I mean, she's kind of difficult to hate since she's so weird and she's she's far from being offensive in any ways, and she seems to have genuinely more fun doing what she does than 99% of all the mainstream artists I know of, which is baffling, but it is like that. And the whole world and or theme is based around romantic stories and stuff like that, which is the name of this project is romance, and the title tracks are taken from Celine Dion. Once upon a time, just a moment, somewhere in the silence. Remember, I've been blown by the wind. Crying is the only thing that gets me through. I mean,
2. Gypsy.
all right.
3. Calcite. 4.
Have you ever been in love? Have you ever been in love? Have you ever been so in love?
I really like this. This also came with an additional unreleased cassette of outtakes from this project. I like how This is a very lo-fi approach also. If you think about Leland Kirby, what's his name? Leland Kirby, the caretaker, yeah. Or William Basinski. This is coming from somewhat similar approach. Like finding some kind of beauty in the micro world of music, the micro realm. The birds are curious and coming. Got some mockingbirds coming around. I guess you could say it's adjacent. It might be adjacent to vaporwave. But for me, it's something a little bit different, or quite different, to be fair. For me, vaporwave is more about the technique in a way. Whereas in this, the ID primes over the technique and the style. It's the concept. But through the concept, he manages to find this kind of weird, ugly beauty, or vice versa, where it is ugly in a way as well. But this is the opening track. Like, I quickly listened to snippets of it online. It gets just better and better from my perspective. But yeah. I don't really care about the concept in the grand scheme of things. It's always about, do I like to confront myself with this? So far, yeah. It is on tape. You can find this on tape as well. Next one is really post-punk though, but we have some time before that.
Have you ever been alone? You wanted heaven in the arms. Have you ever walked on air?
I mean, would it be fair to argue that this is, anyways, more punk than anything U2 has ever done? New day has come. New day a new day has come. New day a new day has come. A new has come. I guess a little bit of what fascinates me with this is how, as Celine Dion's music is playing it always straight, there's like no second layer or irony or whatever. I like how you could do such a project without any irony. Like, it's just disarming to me. Yeah. No. Well, because maybe she doesn't want you to know that she's actually big into post-punk vaporwave. So it's only for the... Eric, John, everyone, Sean. Would you agree, Sean, that this is adjacent to vaporwave, but it is different. It's a different kind of project. Because this is also like a plunderphonic record, which is part of the vaporwave in a way. No, but seriously, Sean. You know, I have these records, MZ, as well. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Yeah, I knew John would have a reason to be here. He gets it. Yes, but usually these tracks have rhythm or kind of, not necessarily drums. And it's like meme music. I guess you could say Celine Dion is a meme. I just think there's no irony in the end product of this. Whereas I usually find some irony in most vaporwave. And also the concept. This is really good. It's kind of this Mortal Coil, Angelo Baldamenti, Chris Isaac. Yeah, GBL, do that. The next record is one I bought as a CD soon, 30 years ago, when it was released in 1993. And it's kind of the last album from that band that I love. I like the 2 songs they did after that on the next album and on a single, but this is kind of a crossroads album for that band. It's different from what they did before, but it's also different from what was coming. And they got lots of MTV airplay. Tabula Rasa, Einstürzende Neubauten. How to describe Einstürzende Neubauten? They're often described as industrial or industrial rock. The rock thing makes it problematic for me to call them that. I think they really are a post-punk band, like in the truest sense possible. They were really basically punks in Berlin who had to improvise their own instruments for the most part. Even if they were far from poor punks. Mark Schung, the bass player, is the heir of one of the richest families in Germany, who owns basically the main German right holder society. Him here. Oh, Sean, you're talking about Einstein and Neubauten. Well, so this album, it's weird. They are Mute, so the same label as Depeche Mode. So it felt like Mute were trying really to have them break out as an international big artist. This is the closing title of the album, not the one I meant to play. Wait. Well, it's a cool title and how it's structured, but what I wanted to play was this. This had a video and played on MTV in 1993.
Diese hier ist auch schon fast vorbei. Was bleibt ist Nikotin und gelbe Finger. Viele vorher, die habe ich verpulvert und kurz und klein gehackt. In vielen verausgabt, verkauft und geflüchtet, verflüchtet, den Drachen gejagt. In einer Handvoll war ich nah dran. Was am Ende war, Ende gegen Ende, gegen morgen, übergehend selbst ertränkt. Was bleibt, ist Alkohol und trübe Träume. Manche gehen Fitness und ich ausgelost zu warten, wo doch kein Bus fährt. Alle vergingen bis jetzt bis 12.305.
I don't really understand the lyrics there. I didn't care back then, when I was 15, 16. I still don't. I still love this.
In manchen warst du vorhanden.
Seeing Einstein and Neubauten play live, that was something quite extraordinary.
In vielen habe ich dich im Schlaf gesucht. In vielen habe ich dich schlafend gesucht. Was bleibt? Von hier bis Mars war näher als von mir bis zu dir. Ich schien aus Antimaterie zu sein, gefährlich. 12.305. Nacht, in der du vor mir erschienst. Du ließt deine Augen leuchten, wohl nicht von ungefähr. Du warst auf derselben Suche und aus demselben Grund zogst dich wohl auch zu mir. Insgeheim warst du mein Spiegelbild. Ich zog dich hoch und zu mir. Ich war in dir zu sehen und umgekehrt. Weck die Liebe nicht, bevor es dir nicht selbst gefällt. Bevor es dir nicht selbst gefällt.
I absolutely love this. So happy to finally have gotten it. Wasn't the perfect condition I hoped for, but I gave it a few cleans and it's alright. Now something a little bit unexpected. There was a few months ago a compilation on a small town super sound that had a track I really liked. But the whole compilation was a bit too much for me. Then came this package, a double LP with extended selection from the first album from Electro Nova. And the one EP he had in 1998. All of this music is from the late 90s, but a lot of it for the first time on vinyl, double LP. This is one of the best ambient albums released this year, in my opinion. It's straight up ambient, like no concept, no big concept behind it. No big like world building or anything. Not really any subcategory or anything. Just this Norwegian guy who did music for a little while and then disappeared. Totally disappeared. Like what happened with this is that the boss of Small Town Supersound, one of the best labels around right now, better now than back then actually, is he met him at the airport by chance and I started to chat and he asked him, why did you never send me more stuff? And he was just done when he had done these tracks. He was really into that kind of music and he felt he couldn't do better. And he said it's better to have done like a couple of great songs than a whole lot of good ones. Hmm? Yeah, it is dusky music, Eric. There is also there was a contrast between the horn section in the background and these clicking mechanical devices or accidents and the very storytell-like singing, which gives it, of course, a very unique atmosphere. I thought that for the first time I heard a few sounds there that made me think, oh shit, this is so close to Coil from the same time around, from like early mid-90s. These kind of modem types of sounds, of swirling, coiling sounds. Blocked. No. Yeah. So It gets sometimes starting, but when it does, well, I say so. I never listened to the record yet. I've only heard it online a little bit. But yeah, that Anxious and the Neubauten record, when it came out, I remember also how striking the cover was. There's a couple of EPs that followed that were declinations of that. I mean, other paintings by the same painter, and well, yeah. Anxious and the Neubauten has always been big on conceptual records, but concept in a storytelling way, not just the concept of sound, etc. Like each album of theirs has a concept that is declined throughout the succession of tracks, or at least it was like that up till that point. And yeah, they're giants that should not be ignored in music history, in pop music history, and they are literally one of the biggest bands of the 80s in terms of influence, impact, etc. But and it felt like they were gonna be recognized as such during the 90s. I guess that now we talk less about them. I mean, they've been around for 40 years, so as I've been playing some Norwegian music. Jason, you missed the Celine Dion record. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Here's. Sorry, the track I wanted to play is this. Electronova on Small Town Super Sound was released like a month ago or so. I remember the early days of Small Town Super Sound. They had a few cool releases, but it was kind of scattered and pretty lo-fi. Now they've become a massive label, like in terms of quality, forward-thinking releases, production. 2022. Absolutely stunning record. I agree. Yes, it's building into killing my speakers with sub-bass frequencies. Funnily to me, for me this sounds exactly like a distant church bell reverberation with where the attack has been taken away from. It's just the sustained tone of the church bell in the church tower. It has that aesthetic quality. I grew up in a house that was like just a small block away from the church, so church bell sounds are a huge part of my life, my youth. Now here it's the opposite, the silence. Hey Davey. On that note, there's a new Underground Resistance EP. Yeah. The that's some kind of box set, huh? Jesus. Yeah. Probably one of the top 10 records released this century so far. Really, really enjoy this. Next is a record from 2017 that is continuing my, basically I'm still on my Simon Fisher Turner kick, getting stuff from him I don't have that sounds good to me online. This is the music for let me see, all music recorded in Picture from Darkness, original film soundtrack, live made in London town between September 21st and 22nd, 2016. Lucy Railton on cello. That was recorded beforehand and by herself and added during the live performance. There's also we'll hear what it's all about. Probably a little bit similar to this. Hey Ryan. probably almost as much Zeba as 200 copies, or not much more, not much less. I mean, standard cover. What do you mean? Like you mean a single cover? But I would say if you do like a color, 4-color cover with inner sleeve, I can tell you for 300 it would be for 100, like, I don't think it's worth pressing that low. 200, 300, yeah, but well, it would probably still cost you around at least 1,600 euros, at least. Anyways, you never know. My first record, I remember, I thought like I'd be happy if we sold 300 copies. We ended up selling around 900. New name, small label. Oh, this is really good. You can hear the cello there. Oh yeah, there was a cool connection. Wait. Quite a few actually. Yeah. The underground air conditioning unit was recorded at Birthdays, London, 3rd November 2014, during an interval for a concert by Clara Lewis. Clara Lewis is the daughter of Graham Lewis from Wire. The Rainstorm and Umbrella were recorded in Sapporo, July 2014, and the Wooden Finger Percussion was recorded at the National Theatre of Tokyo, May 22nd of 2016. Recording and placing the music was like driving a spaceship using sticky tape and rubber bands. Published by Mute. Again. I won't repeat the story of Simon Fisher-Turner. I will do a video about him soon. Anyways. Is it the one, Ryan, with the cover that is kind of like porcelain, like a plate? It's like mostly blue on white and a little bit of red. Yeah, I was curious about it, but ultimately no. But of recent, I think you're in 93. I'm more open to his new stuff. Some of it has been great. So this is one of the theme songs from this Brian De Palma movie from early 80s, Pinot Grigio. But this is a remix on Mindless Boogie by Lovelock. Lovelock is, if Jason is still here, he could figure it out for us. He's a guy who does like really good, like, I wonder if he was in that band called Major, which is kind of like John Carpenter, Godflesh-ish. And he also does stuff for Lies Records. This is like 15 years ago, I think, almost 10, 12 years ago. This is the most Olivia Newton-John we're gonna go today. You know, it's that Brian De Palma movie where this woman lives in that apartment and feels that she's being photographed and stalked, like basically an Hitchcock movie. And basically quite a few De Palma movies as well. But that song, whew, so good. So where next? Anyone has some request that might be followed or not? I know Zeb usually has. Aha, Calvin! I'm happy to hear. I just played and chosen an about that. Do you know there's a Sakamoto Noto track that exists only on the Laugh Cut 45. That is great, but I heard it so much that I can't anymore. Yes, there were some good suggestions. Hey, Roger. You did good. You did right. You know what that means. I haven't listened to that in years. Wow. Thank you, Roger. Lab is probably one of the four first bands I ever saw live. It wasn't a great live, it was okay, it was good, but yeah. Laetitia had a band with Rosie from Pram. It was not that good though. Something from a PL session, yeah. First, as requested by GBL. I love this Clinique black leather. I really like Face to Face. This is my favorite Clinique album, box set. I like Fear, but Fever. John Peel session. someone better recognize this before I say what it is.
All the boys are wearing their utility drag. The girls slip identikits from their utility bags. Some refugees from suburbia are laughing, examining each other's gags. Bike brakes on sulfate when it gets late, and their velocity begins to sag. And it goes on all night, all night. And it goes on and on, the artificial light. Mary got so confused about the fusion game. What a game. Blunt on bullshit talks just like a newsreel. She'll pick up any kind of bleak exchange. She turned to perfection once, but realized she'd really only turned to pain. She ran through divine like chemicals, Warhol, Scientology, her own sex, before she had to turn away. And it goes on all night, all night. And it goes on and on, the artificial life. I've learned to be a stranger. 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 Stranger still.
Yeah.
I should have left here years ago, but my imagination won't tell me how. This whirlpool's got such seductive furniture, it's almost pleasant getting drowned. So we drink and sing and talk and stalk with interchangeable enemies and friends, trying on each other's precious skins while we're dying to get born again. And it goes on all night, all night. And it goes on and on, the artificial life.
Well. Yeah, that version is pretty spectacular. much better, much more evil. This is for John. This is the Face Healers. Okay, more peel sessions. a no-brainer. Listening to this makes me so happy. Yeah, yeah. Good question. Yeah, I think they did. This is kind of my favorite kind of avant-garde. Hard drums, then comes like a quirky melody, then there will come like a quirky vocal sample, and then pads. So good. Threshold Boys choir is essential. So this is Autefer, the band that for a long time I used to consider my favorite band. Band I'm still obsessed with, and yeah, there will be a video about them, maybe more. I got so many records of theirs. Yeah, it's an instrumental version. So good. Probably produced by Patrick Coley. Quinolin Yellow is a one-man band. He's done a few things. I saw him live before his first record at the Lighthouse Party, the Warp Lighthouse Party in London in 2000. Haven't heard a record that sounded as good as this first live show, but it's still pretty good. Xander Harris from his first album Urban Gothic. This guy is a makeup artist for Hollywood. He's done tons of stuff after that. This is his first album, if I remember correctly. Kind of like a dreamy John Carpenter. It's from like 2010 maybe, something like that. Haven't listened to this in a long time. Yeah, it's a pretty good record. I haven't listened to this in ages. I liked it more back then, but still pretty decent. Another PL session. Napalm Death one? No. No, we were talking Pansonic, so I'll play some, not Pansonic, but some which is half of Pansonic. See quickly. So this is some of the eeriest techno ever. On the Sacco label, which is it's the first release on Sacco, Pansonic's own label. I think I got 2 copies of it. If you're into stuff like Thomas Cunner, Chain Reaction, and even stuff like it's a beast of its own. That's, if you like comparison, I don't love Pansonic to be honest, but Omit or whatever you call that project, this is good minimal techno for me. go with the orb. I think I have one, but yeah. Peel, there's this rumor that is not a rumor, that John Peel got a mission from the Queen to promote and develop up-and-coming British English bands. And well, whether it's true or not, that's exactly what he did. He did that in a very educated way. Yeah, Panasonic originally. The first I saw Panasonic when they were still called Panasonic, with Bruce Gilbert opening for them live, doing a harsh noise show. I met him that day actually. I did a sort of interview conversation with him for radio. That was pretty cool. I knew more back then. I was so young and naive. I knew more about his solo career back then than about Wire. I think I only had heard Bell is a Cup from Wire back then. Well, this is them doing dance floor music, GBL. So Panasonic is yeah, it's not dance floor music. I know some people like to say it is, but it's not. It doesn't work on the dance floor. You can use it, you can mix it with other stuff, but yeah, you know, GBL, the best Wire, in my opinion, is this is it. Ahead, the live versions of Ambulance Chaser, Feed Me, Vivid Riot of Red, and ahead all these live at the Metropole Berlin. Engineer Gareth Jones, already you see quality. Mix John Fryer, super quality. Yeah, let's listen to these. These are fantastic. I don't think these are on an LP. They are on a CD version of Idle Copy as bonus tracks, but Chair's missing. Ryan is. It's got one track I love and the rest I don't like.
Ambulance Chasers.
Let's go straight ahead to the best tracks. Feed Me. So good. Cover design, Russell Mills, who did some great stuff with Wire and who went on to do the artwork for the Downward Spiral, 9 Inch Nails, and all the singles. But Wax already told you all that, right? This guitar loop is just... bass.
It's your table. I want some. Don't give me that. It's your table. I grow by in inches. For every mouthful, you're unable. For every mouthful, I'm running. Feed me,
It's one of my two favorite Death and Tune records. Alongside this one. Take Care. Something. Signed by Douglas Pierce. And featuring a CD with collaboration with John Balance from Coil. Yeah, red vinyl. You know, that's funny, Jimmy, because there's no order here. It's just, yeah.
I hired it to flood a canvas in a riot of red.
Bought it when it was released in the shop. This.
A canvas in
A cappella song by Wire.
Up to the sun shall go.
I love this.
Thy heart aching, a riot of red. Up till the sun shall go. Thy jaundice in, a riot of red. In the color of the Red Bull, I envelop you. Whilst more red plane still flies, I envelop you. Ooh, until the sun shall go, like jaundice in a riot of red.
Just imagine the ultimate punk band going a cappella. Hey, jazz bums. Mike.
May this vessel be unscathed and be free.
There's an interesting connection between wire and electronic music, obviously, but with between wire and LFO. The most famous is this EP, Where, So and Slow It Grows, remixed by The Orb and LFO. But there's a more unusual one. It's Graham Lewis under the Hello name with LFO. And I'll play that now. It's fucking brilliant. This, Ryan? Yeah, I like this very much. Almost as much as I don't like the Walker Brothers. I like that. Hello, which is a side project from Stefan Mallender, Graham Lewis from Wire, featuring Mark Bell, LFO. And yeah, this is so good, in my opinion. Yes, you can. This is such a clever mix of punk, rock, indie with electronics. And dub, obviously. Bass drum on this song is massive. Just this guitar drone going backwards, forward. It's so simple but so effective. No, Mike, I'm outside of Stockholm. I would be shocked if you didn't, Alex. And now the new guitar in the background coming in. Well, almost like a synth stab. Psychedelic music to me as well. Because for me that is what an infectious groove is. A groove that really takes you outside of yourself. I'll only be on for like 20 minutes more, so here's more Celine from Romance, Once Upon a Time. So again, for those who missed it, this is an album solely made from Celine Dion by Romance, a fairly new artist that I really love. This is his first vinyl release. Everything else has only been cassette. And I just got it now. Thank you, Bobby, by the way. Thank you so much, Bobby. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, it was just an absurd, nothing joke. So we got just a few more songs to go after this. So if you have, if any of you has some direction, some wish, some, yeah. Not really. Slightly so, but not to the bar scene for house music and disco is quite big in Stockholm. There's a couple of places that like, but Stockholm people in the night they want to drink, so it doesn't really work. Well, I don't think so, at least. There are a few groups, associations, collectives that do ambient, but it's a bit snobbish. Well, not necessarily snobbish, but oblivious. There's quite a lot of, there's a massive illegal party scene, because the club scene in Stockholm is so controlled by a few groups, by a couple of groups. So there's people throwing out parties out in the woods, on islands, or just wherever, all the time. They're called black parties here. Black club. Yeah. St. Lucia. I'm so excited by that news that Roger told us that there's a new Mikey Hart record coming out. No suggestion? Okay, I go. Yeah, St. Lucia. Both of these right now. Japanese.
great friend of mine, and I'd come back and I heard that, and it shocked me a bit. There's no one to tell you because not that you know him. It's not the point. And he planned it out. He left his boyfriend. I mean, he left notes and things. But he threw himself off a cliff, Peter. I just wondered what you think that feeling is like. What goes through your head between throwing yourself off and actually dying? I wondered what you thought of. Perhaps you could call me and tell me, because it would help me, because I have a terrible fear of heights. And for me, just the idea of falling so far and being alive. And I just wondered if things going through your head, people that you love and that, or things that you feel that you should have done, flash before you, but you can't do anything about it. I just wondered what you thought. You haven't been the only person that I can call right now. And I'd like to see you, because I think the funny way we're doing that, we just don't really connect. One day either you're going to fall or I'm going to fall, or something's going to happen. And anyway, I'm very sad to you. No one ever. Hope you're both well. Lots of love. Bye.
Yeah. DJ Marcel. I think you're talking about DJ Marcel. Yeah. Yeah, I know her. She's a big Muslim Goes fan.
It's funny how the colors of the real world only seem really real when you figure them in the script.
That is horrible thing.
Yeah, she's cool. But she doesn't play on the charity shop records, that's not true. This, the Brits should remember what that is. But this is a very special mix. I love this song so much. Oh yeah, it's winter for you, Victor. This is from one of these American remix DJ compilations from the Razor Made label. So Remixes exclusive for DJs. These were not really sold that much. This is the Shaman Amigo. So this is basically a remix they did out of all the versions that existed of the track and tried to do the best they could. Most of these compilations have very commercial stuff. They're called remix services. But this one has Shaman, 808 State, Cabaret Voltaire, Human, Fourth Dimension, 3x6, I don't know who that is, and Mysterious Art. This is kind of really, early 90s, late 80s indie dance music. The Shaman were a dance act, then like acid house, techno, whatever, but with vocals sometimes. So a little pop, but also towards the indie crowd. Yeah, the Shaman. Jungler, isn't that the project with the guy with the synthesizers and someone from Cabaret Voltaire or from Depeche Mode? I think I got a 7-inch of Wrangler. I don't know, but I want to know. Omega, amigo for you, I will always have time. I will always have time. So even if this was after the fact, for me this is so summer of love music. Now a little band from 1967 on Polydor called Crotched Donut Ring. So, and I think it could be a good end to this. We'll see. You'll tell me. Crotched Donut Ring. I really like this track. It's simple. It's pop music. But oh yeah, it goes right into the Cabaret Voltaire track. Sorry. Oh, hey Patrick, the next one you should be able to get into. It's a very strange track. It's from '67 and it's so, for me it's almost like an Aphex Twin track.
Azalea and rhododendron, azalea and rhododendron, azalea and rhododendron. On their own, in their little home, by themselves, the clock chimes 12. There are two little ladies living in my street. There are two little ladies, delicate and antique. Azalea and rhododendron, azalea and rhododendron, azalea and rhododendron. On their own, in their little home, soft and grey, their worries melt away. In the morning they walk out, and as they do walk out, they see their friends and relations and all the creations to be. Azalea and rhododendron, azalea and rhododendron, azalea and rhododendron. On their own, in their little home, tight and warm, the curtains slowly drawn. Give a little love away, give a little love and say, azalea and rhododendron, azalea and rhododendron, azalea and rhododendron.
sure if it's the right speed now. There's this guy got a 7-inch from 70s or 80s. They redid one track with some remixes. I really like this. I haven't listened to this in a long time. So this is kind of like a showcase development of what we heard right before. What's crazy, that is the original. All right, so yeah, I think you said it, GBL. That's it for today. Quite happy with the records I got, and it was fun playing some stuff from here, from the TARDIS. And yeah, I don't know when next I'll do a video like that. I will probably do a more thematic video before that. And yeah, until then, well, feel free to comment if you have some questions about the stream, and I'll see you elsewhere, being educated by Robbie. All right, thank you. Bye.